Today on Good Morning Maine, a lawsuit against Maine State Police has been filed, alleging instances of troopers using excessive force.
Plus, we'll break down question 1, which goes further than requiring voter ID before Mainers can cast their votes.
And state lawmakers are urging the Trump administration to restore educational signs in Acadia National Park. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We hope you had a nice weekend. It looks like we'll have all the day's news coming up.
Right.
But first, the big story of the day a lot of people will be talking about is the weather. It's supposed to get up into the mid-80s today. Lots of sunshine.
This past weekend was beautiful as well.
It was a gorgeous weekend, and now it's like we're right in the middle of summer here. Yeah.
Let's get a first check of our forecast. Chase Ropanek joins us now.
Thank you very much. Your first weather this morning is brought to you by SR1. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. All right, here we are for lows this morning. We're looking at mid-50s here in Bangor. You're seeing that low to mid-50s along your coastline. Rockland at 52 for this morning, but otherwise a very warm morning in Greenville, starting off your morning at 62. And we're looking to break some record highs out there for today. Keep in mind, here in Bangor, our record is 84 degrees, last set in 1946. And even though the models here are showing 83, I'm forecasting 85 for today. So I'm thinking we're going to beat that record. But out there for today, the reason why we're going to beat it, we're going to see lots of sunshine out there, not just in Bangor, but all across the state. Maybe a few high clouds will move in the evening, but otherwise plenty of sunshine this afternoon to support those warm temperatures with southwest winds as well. As we continue on into your Tuesday, you'll slowly see increasing cloud cover with some much needed rain making its way in Tuesday night into your Wednesday, and temperatures look to really cool off then. But throughout this morning and into your afternoon, you're going to see plenty of sunshine out there, winds from the southwest, and highs looking to break that record, jumping into the mid-80s.
Thank you, Chase. Authorities continue to investigate a weekend crash that killed a person in Topsom. Authorities say the crash happened just before 11 o'clock on Saturday night on Route 196 near the Mary Meeting Bridge. Upon arrival, officers immediately began performing life-saving efforts on a 23-year-old male passenger from one of the vehicles. According to the Topsom Police Department, the man was taken to Midcoast Hospital in Brunswick, where he was later pronounced dead. The drivers of the vehicles, a 34-year-old man operating a pickup truck and a 25-year-old woman operating an SUV, were taken to Maine Medical Center in Portland with serious injuries. Police say a preliminary investigation indicates one vehicle crossed the center line into the oncoming lane, resulting in a head-on collision. No names have been released. The crash remains under investigation.
Meanwhile, authorities are investigating a possible arson incident in the town of Oakland. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, the fire occurred at 707 River Road in Oakland at around 9 p.m. on Thursday, damaging a mobile home and several other structures on the property. Authorities say the investigators on scene Friday suspected the fire may have been intentionally set. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the arson tip line at 1-888-870-6162, or you can contact the Maine State Police and ask for the fire marshals.
Investigators have determined the cause of a fire that badly damaged a home in Booth Bay Harbor on Saturday. According to the State Fire Marshal's office, crews responded to a structure fire at 79 Western Ave in Booth Bay Harbor shortly after 2:30 Saturday morning. Crews were able to bring the fire under control, but the home still sustained significant damage. Officials say no one was at the home and no one was injured. Following the investigation, it was determined the fire was electrical in nature and originated from the backside of the residence.
A Chelsea woman says the Maine State Police have a pattern of failing to properly investigate and discipline troopers in cases of excessive force. Marie Searless is the individual who filed the lawsuit. In court documents, she claims Trooper Hunter Belanger arrested her without reasonable or probable cause and then body slammed her to the ground when she says she did not pose a risk to anyone. According to those documents, Searles claims he later slammed her body onto the hood of his cruiser while she was detained in handcuffs. According to Searles, Trooper Belanger's supervisor, Lieutenant Aaron Turcott, allowed the trooper to get away with similar conduct 2 months before he allegedly assaulted her. We reached out to the Maine State Police spokesperson, Shannon Moss, and she says, quote, "Given the pending litigation, we cannot provide comment at this time." Searles attorneys were also unavailable for comment.
With Election Day just over a month away, campaign signs are popping up all across Maine. You've also probably noticed a lot for question 1 recently, but what does a yes or no vote actually mean? Our Alex Schley spoke with experts on both sides and has those details.
One of the most talked about issues on Maine's ballot this November is question 1. The referendum asks voters, do you want to change Maine's election law to eliminate 2-day absentee voting, prohibit requests for absentee ballots by phone or family members, and ongoing absentee voter status for seniors and people with disabilities, ban prepaid postage on absentee ballot return envelopes, limit the number of drop boxes, require voters to show certain photo ID before voting, and make other changes to our elections. Those campaigning for a no vote say the biggest impact would be on absentee voting.
In the 2024 election, 45% of Maine voters cast their ballots with absentee voting. So this is a secure system that's used by over half of the state.
With Maine already among the states with the highest voter turnout, opponents argue the limitations would be felt more in the rural communities.
So Maine is an incredibly rural state, which we all know. For a lot of portions of the state, it can be really hard to get to their polling place. So for folks who maybe have to travel far distance, for folks who don't have really good paved roads to travel on, for folks who don't have reliable transportation, absentee voting is really, really critical for them.
On the other side, the campaign pushing for a yes vote focuses on photo ID requirement.
It's really very straightforward. It simply ensures that every eligible voter will have the opportunity to vote, whether by absentee or in person, upon showing proof of identification.
Supporters note that 36 other states have similar laws, saying it's about trust in the system.
This is a common sense policy that ensures that folks have faith that their vote counts, that their voice matters, and that when they're going to the polls, that their vote is absolutely secure.
Alex Schley reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Applications are now open for Maine-based organizations to receive grant funding amid the opioid epidemic. The Penobscot County Opioid Settlement Fund grant was launched by the Penobscot County Commissioner's Office. They say it's designed to support local programs fighting the epidemic through prevention, treatment, harm reduction, and recovery services within Penobscot County. The office says they've designated up to $400,000 for awards in 2026. Applications will be accepted for 1-year funding and structured across 3 tiers. Applicants must be Maine-based organizations providing services in Penobscot County. The deadline for the applications is November 15th.
Meanwhile, Maine has a new law that will help federal workers during a government shutdown. Representative Christy Matheson of Kittery sponsored the bill, which the legislature passed earlier this year. LD 874 went into effect last week. It provides eligible federal employees in Maine access to voluntary, no-interest loans during any partial or full government shutdown lasting more than 7 consecutive days. Eligible employees can receive up to 3 loans during a shutdown. Each loan can equal the worker's monthly take-home pay minus any unemployment benefits with a maximum of $6,000 per loan. Matheson says, quote, federal employees in Maine are the backbone of many essential and specialized services, from maintaining public buildings and transportation infrastructure to building Navy submarines in Kittery. Government shutdowns mean that these workers will continue to provide those services, but might not get paid for a long time. This bill will provide workers with a lifeline.
State lawmakers are urging the Trump administration to restore educational signs in Acadia National Park. The removal came after the administration's executive order aimed at, quote, restoring truth and sanity to American history. The signs were located near some of Acadia's most popular locations and provided visitors with information about climate change and the history of the Wabanaki people. 11 Maine lawmakers signed a letter Friday, which says in part, quote, the removal of these signs doesn't just increase the risk of damage to these precious natural resources, It also denies all visitors the opportunity to fully learn about the land that they're walking on.
An Ellsworth City Councilor is urging his fellow council members to return a family's equity that was taken by the city during a home foreclosure sale. Our Doug Banks spoke with that councilor and has the details.
On the corner of Oak and Main in Ellsworth, there's a large shipping container with a banner urging the city to return a family's equity.
I put right to the penny what the amount is.
And it was put up
Last Friday afternoon.
by this man, Stephen O'Halloran, a city councilor and owner of P.E. O'Halloran. His reasoning for it dates back over 5 years when a man was given this home, 16 5th Street in Ellsworth, from his parents' will.
Mr. Karst will openly admit that he didn't handle it correctly. He couldn't afford the taxes and he avoided paying the taxes.
He says in 2022, a neighbor of Mr. Karst was interested in purchasing the property. Upon arriving at City Hall, the neighbor and Mr. Karst learned that his house had already been foreclosed on 2 years prior, and it was under city ownership. According to O'Halloran, the city had returned mail receipts of the foreclosure, but it was signed postmaster COVID, meaning Mr. Karst was left in the dark about the entire foreclosure process until it was too late. Soon after, councilors at the time voted to put the property out to a sealed bid.
I voted against putting it out to sealed bid because I wasn't convinced in my heart that Mr. Karst knew that he had lost the property. He knew he owed the taxes. He openly admitted he did wrong. He wasn't trying to hide anything, but that's what took place.
The house was eventually sold through a public auction in late March of 2023 for around $148,500. From that, he says the city kept its compensation amount of around $19,000, but also kept the Karst family's equity of $117,907.99.
I've heard the clerk say it's illegal for us to give the money back.
The sale was made prior to a Supreme Court ruling about a similar situation in Minnesota, which resulted in the family having its equity returned to them from the government. O'Halloran says he's made attempts in the past to bring this issue to his own council, but
The council sat silent.
O'Halloran says the topic of returning the Karst family equity is on the agenda for the upcoming November City Council meeting.
I'm not talking about what's legal and what's not legal. What I'm talking about is fairness. And it's not fair that we sit here and keep that family's money.
In Ellsworth, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the annual Hamden Fall Fest happened over the weekend with food trucks and plenty of activities for kids.
We'll give you a look at that, but first another check of that forecast. A beautiful day ahead today, sunny with perhaps record high temperatures near 85 degrees. Mostly clear tonight with lows dropping down to the mid-50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with highs near 78. We'll be right back.